Okay, welcome to Lesson 63. We're going to be talking about changing rates, and remember that rates are a type of ratio. So you're hearing probably a lot of terms. So a rate is a type of ratio. And a rate, let's give an example of a rate. And might be something like, well, I'm a fast baker. I can do 12 cookies in 1 minute. Wow, that's really fast. And why is a rate a type of ratio? Well, a ratio is just pointing out the relationship between numbers. So for every minute that goes by, this baker can make 12 cookies. So it's comparing two numbers. So what does it mean to have a changing rate? Well, oftentimes we are talking about speed, and speed is a type. So speed is a type of rate, and rate is a type of ratio. So that's how those words are all linked. But let's give an example of a speed. Let's say 20 miles per hour. So in 1 hour, this little car can go 20 miles. This type of ratio, this type of rate is called a speed because it has distance and it has time. Let's go ahead and look at example 63.1 on page 201. It's talking about Prince Charming. So it says Prince Charming traveled 60 leagues in 2 days. So I hear distance and I hear time. Then he doubled his rate. How long would it take him to go 300 leagues at this new speed? So first of all, let's make his original rate. He was able to go 60 leagues in 2 days. 60 leagues in 2 days. Let's simplify that. So in 1 day, he was able to go 30 leagues. So just make it a little more simple. Now, if he was able to go twice as fast because he doubled his rate, how many leagues would he be able to go in 1 day? Well, what we would do is multiply that by 2. He'd be able to go twice the distance. So we would end up with 60 leagues in just 1 day. So initially, it would take him 2 days to go 60 leagues. But now that he doubled his rate, he can go twice as fast, and he can cover 60 leagues in just 1 day. Now, let's go ahead and remember our distance equals rate times time formula. And let's plug in some of our numbers so that we can calculate for his new time. So we know that he needs to travel a distance of 300 leagues. That's what it says. How long would it take him to go 300 leagues at this new speed? We have his new speed, 60 leagues in 1 day. But we don't know his time, so we'll leave that as t. Now we would divide, to get t by itself, we would divide the right side by 60 leagues over 1 day, and we would also divide the left side by 60 leagues over 1 day. So multiply that by the reciprocal equals time. So this would cancel out on the right. And leagues would cancel, and we would be left with 300 times 1 day over 60. Let's go ahead and simplify this. 300 divided by 60 is 5. So then in the numerator, we would just have 5 times 1 day over 1, or just 5 days over 1, or we can even just forget about that. So how long would it take him? It would take him 5 days. So there's 2 steps to solving a changing rate problem. First of all, calculate the original rate. Then go ahead and calculate their new rate by making sure that they can cover, or whatever's traveling can go twice the distance, times 2, twice the distance in the same amount of time. Then note your new rate. So this is our new rate here. And use that when you solve your distance problem. Don't forget your handy distance equals rate times time equation. Alright, so it just means being very organized, but it actually is not too difficult if you follow all those steps. Alright, let me know if you have any questions.